Police Department continuing their investigation tonight into the shooting death of a man involved in a domestic situation that turned deadly. Jeremy Sorensen and a woman who remains unidentified were arguing in public on Monday night in Provo. That argument escalated and turned physical. Police say a passerby warned Sorensen repeatedly before he pulled out a gun and shot him in the chest, killing him. Investigators saying they're still interviewing witnesses and the woman involved. Well, just back in May, a man suspected of shoplifting from an Ace Hardware store was tackled by bystanders trying to stop him. He suffered a medical condition and later died. These incidents both raising the question, have witnesses gone too far trying to help? ABC4's Brittany Johnson live in Salt Lake City with that story.
Well, Emily, I asked a criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor that very question, and he says while he doesn't excuse the actions of these men at the time of their deaths, he says the outcomes could have been different for the man who died in this parking lot and the one who died in Provo if excessive force wasn't used and 911 was called instead.
He's bleeding and screaming.
May 2nd, body cam footage shows police responding to reports of a man down following a confrontation outside an Ace Hardware store. Mishka Cox, suspected of shoplifting, tackled down to the ground, held by witnesses. Cox would die a few days later. This week, Monday, June 3rd in Provo, police respond to a man and woman physically fighting. That man, Jeremy Sorensen, gunned down by a passerby. Kent Morgan, current criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor, weighs in.
There is no law that says that you cannot assist someone else who is suffering physical harm or even immediate harm.
But according to Morgan, the use of force has to be reasonable.
The force has to be related to the kind of crime that is being committed. Somebody who's engaged in theft, confronting that person with physical force seems appropriate. However, killing them, no.
Have bystanders gone too far?
We need to have a society that doesn't engage in private law enforcement actions.
Should those responsible for the deaths like these face charges?
A person who used a gun against somebody who was not armed at all, I think I would be likely to prosecute. It's too bad that we have to wait until people die before we say, let's put some limits on what we will do in defense of others or in enforcing the law.
And to be 100% clear tonight, charges have not been filed yet in either of the cases mentioned in this report. Reporting live in Salt Lake City, I'm Brittany Johnson, ABC4 News.